You are listening to the #1 self-improvement podcast on the planet.
You, but better.
Warning, this podcast may cause
Success,
Happiness.
self-actualization,
Inspiration. Manifestation.
buying cool products.
warning, this podcast will transform you into a boss.
Over 10 billion downloads.
Over 10 million lives changed. With your host, Seph, the master of mindset.
Failure is a choice, and I choose to never fail.
And Lex, the Zen philosopher of life hacking.
What if you could do anything? You, but better.
Welcome, Better Yous.
Friends, we are so #blessed to be here today. We're just thrilled to share the present moment with you.
We know you have so many options when it comes to self-improvement podcasts, and even though we're the best and clearly the most popular, we're still very grateful for your loyalty.
#I agree.
Now, why do you keep saying hashtag, Lex?
It's a little something I like to call ABM, always be marketing.
Not bad advice. How's it hanging, Lex?
I feel so chill today, Seph. How is your flow state right now, my man?
You're yawning, Lex.
No, I'm not.
No, you definitely yawned right into the microphone. Are you tired?
I don't see how that's possible.
You don't need to keep saying hashtag.
I know. Anyway, I can't be tired. I don't think that's possible. I've been doing the Da Vinci method.
All right. Yes, Better Use. For the past week, Lex and I have been biohacking our sleep.
Now who's hashtagging?
Well, it fit there.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Anyway, here at You But Better, Lex and I are always trying to self-experiment. We like to push the boundaries of health and extreme wellness.
The way that I like to put it is we are your personal lab rats who test all the most radical life hacks so that you don't have to.
Yeah, we are the rats. We are the scientists. We are the experiment. For the past week, I've been experimenting and testing biphasic sleep, and Lex has been testing polyphasic sleep.
To the extreme. You want to explain that?
Yeah, so a standard human sleep cycle is monophasic, right? That means one phase, meaning that you sleep in one long, uninterrupted sleep for 7 or 8 hours or whatever you do.
Boring.
Yeah, it is. So in biphasic sleep, which I'm doing right now, you break your sleep into 2 segments. Like you might sleep for 5 to 6 hours and then take a 2-hour nap in the afternoon.
The way I think about it is this. Biphasic, similar to bisexuals.
Yeah, definitely.
I love bi stuff.
Sure. Anyway, you have a regular job, right? You're a teacher. You probably can't just nap for 2 hours.
Which is why we recommend quitting, right?
Exactly. So be a podcaster like us, or you could start your own startup company and forge a company that has a culture that fits your exact sleep schedule.
Which is super important. And besides, there's actually historical evidence that our ancestors slept in like multiple sleep cycles and that it could be more natural.
That's right. Scientists actually think that our distant cousins, the cavemen, probably slept in multiple daily phases.
Seph, I think you mean the cave people.
Sorry. Yeah. Cave people.
So how is your biphasic sleep going?
Well, I've been sleeping from around 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., but then I take a second sleep around lunch or 1. Waking up at 4 a.m. before the rest of the world lets me crush my day.
Nice. That sounds great.
Honestly, I feel great. How about the Da Vinci method? How's that going for you?
Well, the thing about the Da Vinci method is that it is extremely polyphasic and I would say extremely awesome. So the way it works is you sleep for 20 minutes every 2 hours, just like Leonardo Da Vinci.
That's really how he slept?
Oh, yeah. A ton of like the best bloggers and podcasters think so.
And that's only like 2 hours sleep per day.
Yeah, that was fast math, Seph. Wow.
Thanks.
When you're doing Da Vinci, 2 hours is all you need, baby.
Wow, man. And Leonardo da Vinci was a certifiable genius. He was a painter, a sculptor, architect, scientist, engineer, inventor. I mean, guy did it all. His productivity and creativity were unprecedented until us. I mean, he was the ultimate better you.
True. You know, he even painted the Sistine Chapel.
I think that was Michelangelo, actually.
Okay. I always get those teenage turtles mixed up.
What?
Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
I didn't have cable. Anyway, the point is, Da Vinci was totally amazing.
Amazing enough that a teenage Ninja Turtle was named after him, so obviously everything he did and said is worth copying.
Worth testing, at least. How do you feel? Lex, wake up.
What?
Were you sleeping?
No, I think I was meditating.
Maybe the Da Vinci method isn't enough sleep for you, Lex. I mean, it's okay to admit if it doesn't work.
Is it though? Is it okay, Seph? Look,
Yeah, it's fine.
Look, I've been doing something that, I'm going to be honest with you here. I've been doing something that even Da Vinci did not do.
Wait, what?
I've been doing the advanced Da Vinci method.
What does that mean?
It means I sleep for between 2 to 3 minutes every 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Lex. Lex, wake up.
What?
Now a word from our sponsors. This first sponsor blew our minds, and we're sure it will blow yours. We're talking, of course, about Blue Pillow. Guys, think fast. What's the color of calm? What's the color of dreams? What's the color of sleep? Blue. Blue Pillow is the bluest pillow on the market. They aren't just aesthetically blue, but structurally blue with patented blueness technology. This is the deepest, truest blue you've ever felt. And Blue Pillows feel cooler to the skin, possibly speeding up the falling asleep process. Could another pillow be blue? Sure, some have tried, and they're kind of blue. They're okay. But none of them have Blue Pillow's true blue blueness technology. That's because Blue Pillow takes each gel capsule and they inject 50% more blueness into it. Blue Pillow is the only pillow that keeps my sleep battery charged, so when I get my snooze motor running, I'm able to sleep at top speed. I'm sleeping 1,000,000 miles a minute with this pillow. Like I always say, your efficiency determines your legacy. And Blue Pillow doubles your sleep index, making it the most crucial sleep accessory on the market. If you're not sleeping with Blue Pillow, you're only half asleep. Here's something that'll blow your mind. On top of being the favorite pillow of this podcast, Blue Pillows are the official pillow of NASA, the NBA, and blues legend Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top. Blue Pillow, you have a choice. Take the blue one.
And guys, you know what I always say. I like my coffee black, but I like my pillow blue. Friends, we have a confession.
Oh, yeah, we do.
The confession is that, Better Use, we don't make this podcast alone.
We don't. I mean, obviously, we couldn't do it without you, the millions and millions of listeners.
Literally millions of listeners per episode. Ugh. But we also have our incredible behind-the-scenes Better You crew.
That's right. And every once in a while, we like to acknowledge a member of our crew.
Celebrate even, which is what we're doing now. And so, welcome to the Better You crew celebration.
You know, friends, making a podcast might seem easy.
Yeah, it might seem like it's just two guys and their mics yucking it up.
Yeah, just a couple of guys bantering and making little jokes like silly comedians.
That is not even what it's like at all, my friends.
This product is actually a product of incredible thought, planning, and an obsessive level of commitment and detail.
That's right. We want you to think of our podcast like a fine stew. And to make this stew, it takes a village.
Yeah, a village of literally dozens of production assistants, technical experts, and actual self-actualizers.
Yes. And today we are celebrating one of our special village people, specifically our incredible sound engineer, Dwayne.
I don't know about incredible, but Dwayne does help out with the audio, and for that we want to shout him out.
No, Seph, this is a celebration of excellence on our team, and Dwayne is the man of the hour.
Yeah, I guess.
The thing is that Dwayne is the mastermind who gives us our crystal clear audio, first of all, and second of all, our deeply moving soundscapes. Wow.
That didn't fit. That didn't make sense.
Little known fact, by the way, Dwayne is also Seph's little brother-in-law. Dwayne, come on over and let's chat.
Don't screw this up, Dwayne.
Okay, so Dwayne, tell me, first of all, you do all of our audio, which you've been doing for years.
Yeah.
Okay, Dwayne, how did you get into audio engineering in the first place?
I don't know. I was into like music and cartoons and stuff when I was a kid.
How does that even answer the question? Everyone loves music and cartoons.
Seph, come on, that could be his entry point. Okay, Dwayne, what is your number one tip if someone is an audio engineer out there or they want to get into audio and they're working on a small podcast or a small project, but they want to make a leap into the big leagues like us?
You mean like how to make it sound good?
No, Dwayne, he's asking you to give career advice to our listeners.
Seph, let him answer.
Okay, so you want the mics to go near their faces.
Ugh, yeah, obviously.
Okay, Seph, do you have a question for Dwayne?
No, I do not.
Seph, just please ask Dwayne one question, at least.
Okay, fine. Hey, Dwayne, what is your definition of success?
Oh, like, well, success is like a feeling you have.
Oh, wow, how insightful. I'm glad I asked.
Honestly, the thing is, though, Seph, that is correct. And some of the best philosophers in history have defined success as a subjective feeling.
I doubt any philosophers actually have said that.
Oh, no, trust me, some of them have. Dwayne, you started doing our audio 6 years ago now, which sounds crazy to say out loud, when our podcast was just blowing up and getting big and you were fresh out of college.
Yeah, I was working at the Table Mesa Quiznos or whatever.
And you still could if you wanted to.
Seph, chill.
Well, my big sister Amaranth married Joseph right before then.
Dwayne, do not use my legal personal name on here. I go by Seph.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, she married Seph like a little bit before that, and I told Amaranth that I was like getting into audio stuff.
Yeah, because at the time you wanted to be an audio engineer for Cartoon Network. That was your actual dream.
Yeah, I'm like really into classic cartoons like I Am a Weasel.
Yeah, and Lex, remember at that time, You But Better was small, maybe only a few 100,000 downloads per episode.
It is crazy. We were so tiny back then.
Like itty bitty babies.
Yes.
Yeah. We were doing all the audio ourselves, like we were a scrappy little startup, you know? So my wife Amaranth, she insisted that we let Dwayne help out with microphones and just giving us a clean mix.
And what happened was Dwayne did such a better job than we ever could have done ourselves, and so we've kept him on ever since.
Well, I wouldn't say Dwayne was better necessarily. I think it was more out of a sense of family loyalty.
Well, yeah, family is
Amaranth.
great and loyalty is great, but I think Dwayne was better because I would be quick to point out, Seph, listen to those old episodes of ours 6 years ago. Our sound is so much better now.
Yeah, but maybe that's because we record on $9,000 microphones in a custom recording studio that's literally inside a soundproof Zen Buddhist temple.
Yeah, the Zuby.
Hey, that's what you call our recording studio, Dwayne? But we like to call it Buddhapod.
Okay, guys, this is great. Dwayne, I've always wondered this, why do you call our studio the Zuby? I've never understood that.
Well, right after you guys built the studio, I was like, that looks like a Zuby.
That clarifies nothing.
Guys, I think the reason we celebrate you, Dwayne, is that you just let Seph and I do our thing and focus on what we do best, which is, Seph,
Improving people's lives and turning regular humans into superhumans.
exactly my point.
Yeah, right on.
Dwayne, we celebrate you. Thank you for being a part of the YBB family.
Yeah. Thanks, Dwayne. By the way, I think the Quiznos down the street is hiring. Just saying.
Seph,
Better yous? You know that there is a better you inside of you. And that's why you listen to us every day.
mm-hmm.
But even the best of us could be a little bit better. And that's why today we're going to take you on a little journey we call Masterpieces Remastered.
Thanks, Seph. So, guys, the whole concept here in Masterpieces Remastered is we take any great invention, work of art, brilliant creation, and we show you how it could be made even better, hence Masterpieces Remastered. And the whole point is to say that there are great things in the world, there are brilliant things in the world, there are masterpieces in the world, but everything could be a little bit better.
Yes, and we're going to be looking at some things that are the gold standard in their field. And we're going to show you that even these things can be improved, just like you.
So, Seph, today we are looking at the one and only Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper.
Oh,
Christ.
wow. What a classic. This is a classic
painting. Classic, beautiful, high Renaissance. It
This is-
shows. Go, guys, go if you need to Google it and pull it up on your screen while you're listening, that would help. But this is
Yeah,
a
if
classic
you're-
Leonardo da Vinci showing Jesus Christ and the 12 disciples at the Last Supper.
Yeah, if you're driving, if you're in high traffic, you can pull this up right now on your phone,
Pull over.
pop it on your dash, and just take a look at it. We see Jesus. We see his apostles. They're in a room with brown tapestries on the wall and tablecloth on the table and lots of round food. Lex, is that a potato or?
Yeah. There's like some potato-y bread things scattered around the table, and all the disciples are kind of scattered around, and they're animated because what has just happened is Jesus has just announced that someone is going to betray him, and so they're kind of freaking out a little bit. They're all on Jesus' side of the table, which actually would be. I think that's honestly my first criticism of this is that you throw a dinner party and you put everyone on your side of the table. What?
Yeah, I mean, look at how angry these people are. Do you think that anger comes from the revelation that one of them is a traitor? Or do you think that frustration may have been stoked by an inability to communicate over dinner?
93% of communication is nonverbal, and Jesus has just completely taken away their ability to even look each other in the eyes because they're all on one side of the table.
And I have to tell you guys, for a religious figure to have such a lack of foresight,
emotional intelligence,
yeah, into how that would be, it's just a poor depiction by Da Vinci.
Yeah, he's making Jesus seem like he's not a good party host right off the bat, which I would object to that. I think Jesus would be a better party host than Da Vinci is giving him credit for.
Yeah, Jesus is very famous for going to parties and turning all the water into wine and making lots of food out of one piece of food.
Exactly. We know he has cred. We know he has party cred, and I'm not seeing it in the painting. I mean, even like you brought up the food. The food looks terrible. It looks disgusting and inedible.
It's inedible. These look like rocks, Lex. It looks like they're trying to serve rocks and stones to these disciples, and I don't blame them for being furious.
Right, exactly. All the food looks like these potato-y brown rock things. I don't see any superfoods whatsoever. I see no leafy greens, no kale. I don't see any nice like acai bowls. I don't see any salmon. No like sweet potato and beet salad.
Where are your omega-3s?
Yeah, where are your omega-3s? Where are your nutrients? Where are your pumpkin seeds? This looks like probably one of the worst meals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
If someone invited me to this type of dinner, like I might crucify them, honestly.
100%. And I will say that if they had explained in the Bible where Jesus is from, they would have explained in the Bible that this is what he was serving. I think a lot of us would have understood the betrayal. But I don't think that's what happened.
They probably wouldn't have had 12 people there. If he had said in advance, we're all going to sit on the same side of me and I'm going to serve you rocks, there probably would have been 0 disciples there.
Yeah, he would have had nobody to celebrate the end of his life with. And speaking of, this is a very important dinner, right?
Yeah.
Lex,
Super important.
last time Amaranth and I had you over, what did you
Yeah.
bring us?
Well, I brought you a few things. I mean, I brought you a box of 100 teas, first of all, because I always do that.
Yeah, well, I needed those teas.
And then, of course, I brought you my famous superfood salad in that big wooden bowl.
So you're telling me, Lex, you didn't come empty-handed?
No, absolutely not. I always come bearing gifts. Whenever I go to a party, I always bring a box of at least 100 teas. I usually bring a superfood salad that has like a lot of different berries in it.
Oh yeah. So tasty.
Farm fresh stuff, seeds, nuts.
Oh, your nuts are so delicious.
A lot of different types of greens, like Swiss chard. I've always got Swiss chard in that salad. And yeah, I'll bring other gifts too. Like a lot of times I might bring like a Himalayan salt lamp, you know.
Can I tell you something, Lex? It appears, just looking at this painting, you would be the best disciple that Jesus ever had. Just based on your generosity right there.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. Which actually, so that brings up an important point, which is that we are criticizing Jesus. And by the way, guys, don't get mad at us. Don't get offended. We're not saying that Jesus wasn't great. We're not saying
No.
that painting wasn't great. So first of all, you have to distinguish between the real historical Jesus and who Leonardo is depicting him as.
Yeah.
So we're saying, yeah, Jesus was great. Leonardo was great, but could they have been better? Sure. That's the whole point.
100% they could have been better. And the thing is like Leonardo knows better. Leonardo is an Italian, and look at what he's done to Jesus.
Great partiers. The Italians are legendary for parties.
If you've ever been to an Italian party, you don't remember it. That's how good it is.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly. It gets so good that you drink so much that you don't remember it, which, we're not condoning drinking necessarily, but that's just to point out how good the Italians are at parties.
But maybe if it's your last supper, you have something to drink. Like where are the pitchers? Where are the bottles?
Guys, we're not. It is a good painting. Like it's a good painting for sure. I mean, I'm enjoying it when I look at it. But
if you have a print of it at your house, don't feel bad. Don't feel like a fool, like a fucking moron. This is a beautiful painting.
It's a beautiful painting, and it could have been a lot better.
Yeah. I'm not one to just go canceling people, but Leonardo da Vinci, you've had your time.
He makes Jesus look like some kind of a pale Irishman or something.
Yeah. I mean, would I have a beer with this Jesus? Yes. But would he give me a beer? Not this one. He doesn't have any drinks.
Overall, I think it's a great painting. I think that as a dinner party, it's a total failure.
Yeah. So just take solace, better use, in knowing that you're not the only person who needs to improve. Okay? Anything can be improved. And I think instead of being mad at ourselves about that, we can embrace that. Embrace the improvement.
Totally.
Look at yourself every day. Pick yourself apart. Okay? Decide what you don't like about you and fix it.
You are a masterpiece, and you can remaster yourself.
Lex.
Yes, Seph?
You are so right about that. Honestly, when you said that, it just moved me.
It's moving to look at something and realize how much better it could have been.
It really is. This has been Masterpieces Remastered.
Guys, quick question. What is the biggest challenge in your life right now? Now, maybe you're saying, hey, Lex, my biggest challenge is crushing medical bills and student loan debt. Or maybe your big challenge is that your job is unfulfilling and you're depressed. Or maybe it's that you can't afford to buy a house, or your parents are dying, or your marriage is crumbling and in shambles. Look, I get that. But for me personally, it's none of those things. If you're like me, your big challenge is actually much trickier than that. It's finding enough super high quality teas to drink and buying them fast enough to support your insatiable appetite for new tea. And that is why I love this next sponsor, the 500 Teas a Month Club. Tea lovers, prepare yourselves to receive 500 of the most mind-blowing, tasty, unique teas from every corner of the earth, shipped right to your door every single month. Green tea, black tea, white tea, yellow tea, herbal tea, coming your way. Wait, think fast. Matcha, hibiscus, oolong, rooibos, choibos, droibos, and yoibos. Plus, a little something I like to call yerba mate. Now, the 500 Teas a Month Club sends you all of those teas and more every single month. Guys, that is 6,000 teas a year. And all of the teas are hand curated by a full-time staff of bow tie wearing tea barons. Guys, my tea obsession is no secret. I start my morning routine with 3 cups of tea, and then I have more tea during my afternoon tea ceremony and during my meals, of course, and usually I have between 2 to 5 relaxing cups of tea right before bedtime. Now, I love all tea. I can't get enough. Literally no exaggeration, I have a chemical addiction. Now, recently, I converted my wine cellar into a tea cellar just to make sure that I never run out of tea if there's a nuclear war. That's why 500 Teas a Month has quite literally saved my life. Last month, they sent me over 170 teas from Morocco alone. Just this morning, I was sipping some of this delicious African mint tea, and I felt like I was in a sun-drenched cafe in Marrakesh. Delicious. So thank you, 500 Teas a Month Club, for hitting me right in the tea spot. Now, you're probably asking, wait, 500 teas every month? How many teas even exist? Truth is, we don't know the answer to that. It's like asking how many planets have intelligent life or how many beavers there are. Now, tea scientists currently know of more than 1.7 million types of tea, and more are being discovered every single day. So, tea lovers, your mission is clear. I want you to head over to 500teasamonth.com/betteryou and get 20% off your monthly subscription. If you don't absolutely love all of the teas, I'm not saying you're a broken human being, but I am saying you will not be invited to my tea cellar.
Friends, it's time for our favorite segment, Better Questions. This segment is for all of you listeners. You sent in your questions, and we decided which ones were good enough to answer.
We've listened to literally thousands of questions. We've vetted them, or rather, our team of assistants, as well as Dwayne, has vetted them. And we've, out of those thousands of questions,
Thank you, Dwayne.
we have picked some of the best ones, some of the better questions to enlighten you. We are going to start off with a wonderful question from Darlene. Here it is.
This is Darlene from Knoxville. I really love the show, and I was just wondering if you guys had any advice for how to read every book. Now, I'm not just talking about some of the books or most of the books, but in fact, every book. Thanks so much. Bye.
Wow, Darlene, that was so good. Thank you for that.
Great
First of
job.
all, I like the fact that you acknowledge that we should read every book, because if there is a single book that you don't read, you are admitting that there is some knowledge you are leaving out and not taking into your being, and I don't accept that.
The book you don't read could be the book that was gonna save your life.
The book you don't read could be your last. Think about that.
Yeah, think about that for a second. Chew on that. Let that sink in.
That could be the last thing that you never do in your life.
And Darlene, we just are thrilled that you're not going to be the poor sad sack that's just sitting on a stoop without the words of Tolstoy ringing through your brain.
Okay, so here are your to-dos. Hit them with it, Seph.
This is what I do. I like to turn on a different book in every single room of my house. Now, I have 11 rooms in my house, which means I'm reading 11 books at any given time. We all have different smart speakers in all of our rooms. So what I like to do is I like to turn a book on full blast in every single room. You feel the sound waves. And that's why, Lex, back me up on this. That's why we say you have to listen to You But Better at the loudest possible volume you can handle, because it is so important that you feel those vibrations. You let the words go through your body, through your cellular being, and you can get through a library a week doing this. I have read so many books on sports, on cooking, and on religion, all at the same time, learning about every conspiracy ever. I know too much.
Too much is never enough, is the thing. Too much is never enough.
Exactly.
And I could back that up because I have been to your house and I have heard books of 11 different genres reverberating together.
Thank you, Lex. Yes, I have a book playing in my kitchen. I have a book playing in my living room. I have a book playing in my den. That's a different room. I have a book playing in my casino. I have a book playing in my bedroom, Amaranth's bedroom, and our joint bedroom. I have all different books playing in my bathroom. And I have a fantastic joke book playing in my garage right now, and it's all I can do to keep from laughing.
You know what I call that, Seph?
What's that, Lex?
I call it a symphony of knowledge.
Wow.
Each book is an instrument.
What do you do, Lex? What's your approach?
All right, here's what I do. The problem with books is that they have a ton of words. They have literally thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. So what I want you to do is you don't want to read all those words individually. You want to look at each page like you are a camera taking a picture of a beautiful sunset. Take that page in 1 second, 2 seconds, and then I want you to say, got it. So you look at that page for 2 seconds, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, got it. Next page, 1, 2, got it. Next page. You can get through a book in 10 minutes that way.
That's amazing, Lex. I mean, I can't believe we do this. I mean, we do paid consultations, and you're getting this for free right now, Darlene.
That's amazing value. So try it out, Darlene. See how many books that you can get through in the next week and let us know. If it's more than 150 books in 1 week, then you're on your way.
Darlene, congratulations on your journey, and I hope that you are so well read by the end of this week. I'm challenging you to read 40 books this week.
Thanks for the question, Darlene. That was a better question.
That's better questions.
That's better questions.
That's better questions.
Folks.
Lex, what are your final thoughts on the sleep experiment?
Seph, I have an infinite number of thoughts on the sleep experiment.
Of course, my friend, but we've only got a few minutes left, so we need to save most of those for the Daily Better You.
Of course. And friends, the Daily Better You, that is our daily newsletter that you don't ever want to miss.
That's right. You don't want to miss it. It is every single day because we don't believe in giving you any days off.
I know. So go to our website, sign up now.
Lex, I don't feel right about the sleep experiment. I have a confession.
Really?
I haven't just been doing biphasal sleep.
Go on.
I've actually been doing triphasal.
Whoa.
Each one of my biphasal phases is actually split up into 3 more phases.
So wait a minute. Hang on. 6 phases total?
Nested. 6 phases nested.
6 nested phases within your 4-hour sleep phases.
Yeah. Each 4-hour sleep phase is split into 3 60-minute phases with 20-minute breaks.
Okay. I'm writing that on the whiteboard. Okay. I see it. Okay, got it. And Seph, how have you been finding that?
It's one of the best things I've ever done. Now, I've been working on my book, The Business Brain, for quite a couple of years. Mostly I've had the title, but since I started my biphasal sleeping, my bitriphasal sleeping approach, I have been waking up with brilliant ideas every hour on the hour. I mean, my head hits the desk. I wake up and immediately I have 2-3 sentences that I want to say that I put right into my moleskin, which I hand to my assistant who puts it on a typewriter. And then we scan that typed out thought and we put it right in a Word document.
Seph, that's amazing. I think that just goes to show you that, like, you've been talking about the business brain for a couple of years, but you didn't really have the bandwidth to do it. And it's important not to overcommit within a framework of doing as many things as possible. But this just goes to show you're actually able to crush this entire book in the breaks between your bitriphasal sleep sessions.
Amen. I agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
By the way,
I've been able to crush it so hard.
You're crushing it so hard, whereas before, if you had only been doing regular, dumb, boring sleep, you wouldn't have been able to. By the way, I love the idea of getting that book down, getting it in a moleskin, transcribing it to a typewriter. That is brilliant. I love the digital analog physical connection. I actually do something similar.
Really? Well, what's your writing process like, Lex? I haven't collaborated with you on a book in a couple of years now.
I know it's been too long and we need to change that stuff. But that aside, I really like physical. I like the feel of a moleskin. I like having a moleskin in
Yes.
my bag or on a desk. I like being able to touch a moleskin. I like being able to tell people I write in a moleskin. I like the way the word moleskin sounds. I like saying moleskin. Anyway, what I do is I previously had a process where I would type it out. No, I would write in my moleskin and then I would actually
Just like Leonardo da Vinci did
just like
back
Da
in the
Vinci.
day.
It is a different type of Da Vinci method. It's not a sleep Da Vinci method, but it's a writing Da
It's a
Vinci method.
transcription.
I'd write
Yeah,
it
yeah,
out and then I would have my assistant transcribe from the moleskin to the MacBook Pro, basically to a Word document or something.
Oh my God. Shaw's.
Yeah, I would have Shaw's transcribe it. But it wasn't quite working for me. So what I
Really?
actually do now is I will write my thoughts in a moleskin. I'll have Shaw's
Mhm.
transcribe it into the MacBook, and then I'll read it in the MacBook, go over it, and then I'll have Shaw's transcribe it back from the MacBook into a different moleskin.
Oh my! And can I just say, Shaw's has some of the most eloquent and elegant handwriting I've ever seen any assistant have. And out of all the assistants, we've had lots of assistants
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's
over the last several
yeah,
years.
we've gone through a few, that's for sure. That
Well,
was one of the main of my I have 15 criteria for having an assistant, and
Yeah.
beautiful handwriting is one of them. You can find those, by the way, on the You But Better Assistant PDF cheat sheet, which you can find on our website.
Yeah,
Sign
you
up
can
now.
you can find that on the website, and if you subscribe to the Daily Better You, we might be able to tag that one in tomorrow.
I think we should do that. Here's the thing though, Seph, I do have my own confession about sleep.
Go on.
Remember how I said I've been doing the advanced Da Vinci method?
Yeah, better use. That means he sleeps for 2 minutes every 20 minutes. What a feat.
Okay, I did that for a week, but honestly, it was not maximizing my potential enough. It wasn't challenging enough.
What? Oh, okay.
So I started doing something that I like to call the Ultra Da Vinci method.
Whoa.
I sleep for 20 seconds every 3 minutes.
What? Wait, so you've been sleeping on and off continuously throughout this whole podcast?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I noticed you were dozing off, but really not that much.
That was all for show, Seph.
I knew it. I mean, it felt just like a regular episode. I mean, honestly, this Da Vinci method just wasn't good enough.
Seph, through Ultra Da Vinci, I have gained the ability to hold conversations while I sleep.
The ultimate productivity hack. Are you sleeping right now?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
And now I'm awake.
I can't even tell the difference. Look how you improved this method in just one episode.
It's perfection through iteration. And here's the thing. I'm actually working on an even newer method, Seph.
Go on.
I call it Infinite Da Vinci method.
Whoa, Infinite Da Vinci method. Does that mean it never stops?
Not only does it never stop, but the breaks between sleeping and waking are infinitely small.
So theoretically, you can be asleep and awake all day long.
When you enact Infinite Da Vinci method, you enter a superposition of waking and sleeping so that you're always fully rested and always fully awake.
Oh my goodness. You know, they say you have to have 8 hours of sleep every night to have a fully rested day. And it depends on how much you exercise, how much you take care of yourself. You know, a cat sometimes sleeps 18 hours a day. And this method gives you 24 hours awake and 24 hours of sleep, but it's simultaneous?
That's the thing. It gives you, and this just goes to show, folks, when you hear a piece of conventional wisdom, like you have to sleep 8 hours a day, I say question that. Don't accept what you're told. Don't just accept what's in the mainstream media or what the experts say. You have to radically question and undermine the status quo so you can take yourself to the limit.
That's right, folks. Remember, if we just had a conventional oven, we would never have the microwave.
Do you want to have the rest of a cat, but with the wakefulness of a robot?
You know I do. I've said that ever since last Christmas.
It's a tagline I've been working on. Seph, would you want to test Infinite Da Vinci method with me right now?
Oh, please.
Okay.
Lead me.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want you to picture a plain room, like an office or a living room. It can be your office or living room or just a blank one. And I want you to picture.
I picture it.
Yeah, picture it in your mind's eye. You've got a light in that room. It's not a fluorescent light. It's not a halogen light because those aren't healthy. They're not good for you. They spike your melatonin. We don't like them.
It's tender. It's genderless. It's inviting.
The room doesn't have a gender or an orientation. Neither does the light. The light is a plain incandescent light with a biological orientation, which means it's red shifted and really healthy for you.
Yeah.
And what you're going to do is you're going to picture the light turning on and turning off. And whenever the light is on, you're awake. And whenever the light is off, you're asleep.
How
And
intuitive.
Yeah, it's very intuitive. And who is turning this light on and off? It's a genie. A genie is doing it. A genie is at the light switch and is actually flipping the switch faster and faster. And I'm going to say on. That means the light is on and you're awake. And I'm going to say off. That means the light is off and you're asleep. And I'm going to start saying it faster and faster. And we're both going to enter the superposition of wakefulness and sleep, infinitely overlapping.
Better use. The challenge to you is to try to do this along with Lex and I. Lex is our genie. He is going to turn our lights on and off.
This is an experiment. It doesn't get realer than this, folks. We're going to do it now. All right, let's picture our room. Let's picture our light. Let's picture our genie. Are you ready?
I'm there.
Light is on. Awake.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Light is off. Asleep. On. Awake. Off.
Do I have a good business?
Asleep. On. Off.
You must return all your text.
On. Off.
You have to look.
On. Off. On. Off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on,
Hey guys. Are you guys sleeping? Okay. This is Dwayne. Thanks for listening to the You But Better podcast. Follow us on Instagram at YBBPodC and sleep well, my fair princesses and princes. Bye.
You But Better. Friends, thank you for listening and becoming a better you.
And if you haven't followed us on social media yet, you haven't fully committed. Find those social links in the episode description.
Also, please rate and review us on your podcast listening app. It helps more people find this podcast and become totally enlightened.
And remember, don't just be you, be
you, but better.